the replication part, what we have discussed, one thing I would like to tell you, the replication model is part of a master data governance, but it is optional for few cases. I think we discussed this in our initial classes. So anybody has remembered that in which scenario it is optional. So replication model is a key process in MDG. So without replication model, we cannot replicate the data from staging to active area. So in few scenarios, it is optional. We no need to maintain a replication model and create all these communication channels and all. Data will be replicated through other way. So what is that option? So that is what the question. Anybody has any idea? Okay.
This one, did we discuss? I don't think so. We discussed in IDOC and
we did not discuss. But in our initial sessions, when I was explaining all these concepts, data model, EY model, process model, and replication, I told you that the replication is not mandatory for every scenario. In few scenarios, it is optional.
Okay. We need to check.
Yeah. So what we got, like, to send the data from one system to another system or replicate the data, we need a replication model. So that is clear, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So without
in that IDOC and SOA, RFC and file we haven't, nobody is using, and we are using IDOC and SOA. We discussed, and even we stressed about that SOA replication a lot more, because IDOC is not going to use it further. So that is what we discussed. Yes.
Right. Yeah. So that two are the communication channels. We are using the way to transfer the data through IDOC or SOA manager. So without this replication model, also we can replicate the data from staging to active. Without replication model, we will be skipping the replication model. Just we will be bypassing the replication model and sending the data from staging tables, MDG Master Data Governance staging table, to active tables. So that is called through access class. So when we were discussing a reuse model and flex model, right? So in the reuse mode, we have access class. So for flex, we don't have access class. Yeah. So let me share my screen. Hope you can see my screen. Yeah. So when we send data from staging to active, so always we need a replication model. So that is a MDG process. Without replication model also, we will send the data from staging to active area, from staging area to active area. So in between staging to active, we have a replication model or access class. Through replication model, system will take care of transferring the data from staging structures or tables to active data structures. Through access class also, we can send the data that I will show you in the system. If you go to MDG, AMG and data models, let me go to edit data model. So here we will have a standard models. So wherever you see active area is partner material, fluid, something. So where you can see
these are all reuse, right? Wherever your active area, you're specifying some name. I mean, it is SAP standard. By default, it will be there, partner and material. We can call it as in this one is a reuse we were using. If it is a space, then it is a flex. That we know.
Yeah. So with this, so suppose this is a reuse area, right? So this reuse area, we will have a class also. So I'm just selecting this data model, and in left hand side you can see there are reuse active area, right? Relationship. You can click this folder, select it, and click on this reuse active area. So here you can see
access class is
material. Yeah, and this is the access class. So if you have access class, you no need to activate the replication model. Even though it is in a standard process, we can make use of this access class to send the data. So now let me copy this access class and I'll go to SC24. So this is the access class. This is my access class. So in this access class, you can see there are some methods, read value, save. So this save method will be used to save the data, master data. from staging tables to active tables. So if you implement this functionality or if you enhance this class, we no need to activate a replication model. We can bypass that. And apart from that, the communication channels, IDOC and the pod, partner profile, everything is common. Only the replication model we can skip. So this will take care of sending data from staging to active tables. So that is called access class. This is only for the reuse models, not for flex. So here you have save material API data, map to API. So in this class, you have standard functionality to store the data. And if you are using this access class for replication, we now need to do the SMT mapping also. SMT mapping was for service mapping tool from source to target and target to stores. SMT mapping also we can bypass because everything we will be maintaining here. We will be reading all the staging tables and sending the same data to active tables. Okay. You can remember this. This is the access class. So for all the reuse, we have access class. This is for material, and for BP, we have access classes. So to store the partner data, business partner, this is the one, access class. So this is also having the same functionality like the material access class as a check data, derive data, NQ, change documents. You can do anything, like you can do some enhancements with this, read value, query, and save. Yeah. So it will save the data, PP access. Okay, fine. Yeah, that is for a replication model. A replication model is done, and we will be discussing this asset management, EAM. Okay, enterprise asset management. So this enterprise asset management.
Can you call this MDG C part for this replication?
Yeah, that MDG C part that we will discuss. You said like you need some MDG C configuration and all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will discuss that once this is done. Okay. So SAP EAM, Enterprise Asset Management. So as I was saying, we have 3 SAP solutions and MDG. That is the standard solutions: material, BP, and finance. So apart from that 3, SAP has supported to Utopia, and Utopia has developed a solution for this EAM, enterprise asset management and retail management. So these are the complex scenarios actually, where you will maintain a plant data and equipment data creation, updation, change, mass change. So all whatever we have in the standard models, create, validate, approve, replication, the process is same. So there is no change. So EAM, they have adapted the standard functionality, how the master data governance works, data model part, UI, process, everything is same. But SAP did not cover a few of the master data, like some spare parts, and then some other information did not covered with the standard solution. So Utopia has developed that functionality, and they had their own architecture by copying this standard functionality and delivered the product. So few customers are using this Utopia product for their bill of materials and plant maintenance, the equipment data, and retail management and all. Okay. The process, as I said, it's almost same like how we have for the finance and BP and all. So it has ANA search in the search view, and it also has a workflow, and it has a Fury, and through Fury they can create a change request, and also it has the third party connection, like how you replicate the data from MDG system to other systems. It supports ECC systems as well as the non-SAP systems. And the functionality, the master data governance functionality will be same as the standard functionality. Right? Let me go to the...
So you said that this one is developed by Ethiopia. I think Ethiopia and SAP collaboratively developed by Article Master and then EAM. both, right?
Right.
Like AR and U1. Okay. So this is U1 EAM, right? If I'm not
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. This is the
Okay.
yeah.
So is that the same workflow we were going to use, like reuse workflow, like 86 last? Same workflow, or they have developed separate workflows here for this?
The framework, everything is same. I think yeah, they are using the same one. Even I did not work on this asset management directly. One of my friend, they are working for Roche project, so they are using EAM equipment.
Okay.
But I checked with them, everything the same concept what we have. Everything is same, like workflow functionality, UI, everything is adopted.
Okay.
Yeah. So ideally, it is the same. Yeah.
If it is a simple workflow, is 7570040, and if it is a rule based 60800086 we were using. That is a reuse. If it is the same, then okay, most all everything is okay.
Almost all same, but there are some changes in the structures actually. Some changes, yeah, related to the plant maintenance structures and all. Moreover, the architecture and the main concept is same.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Thank you. I saw multiple openings in US EAM side.
Yeah, and it's very complex, it seems, but nobody has much experience in EAM.
Yes.
And retail master also that they have delivered, but yeah, very few consultants are there.
Here we have a huge market retail.
Okay.
US, especially New York area, all those things.
Okay, good. So here, if we go to the slides, so you can see, let me go through the process step by step. So we have master data, enterprise asset management, and its extension. So SAP has given one framework. So that was adapted by Ethiopia, and they have given some extensions also, like how you do the plant extension for material. Similarly, for asset management, they have some extensions. So they will be using the same data models and UI and extension business logics. So extension is nothing but a data model extension, how you extend the data, how you extend the UI. So everything is same. The authorization part and the replication part delivers the consistent definition, authorization, and replication of key master data entities. So the authorization and the replication, everything is same. So they are using the same functionality, reusability, and extensibility. Deliver the out-of-the-box solution. Okay. Yeah. So here you can see how you can create a equipment from AN model. So this is the change request process. I mean, how change request will look like this. You will have general data, general settings, the structure, general settings, and then entity types. So all the entity types will be there, and in the left-hand side, you will have a detailed information for each and every entity. So here you can see that basic data, general manufacturing, and reference data, and class assignments. This looks different how we have in material. So these are the entity information. So you will have a basic data. So here basic data, generally it is a general data. So all the header information will be there in general. And you will have manufacturer and reference data. So, and then you will have a class assignment and location. So organizations, organization data, account information, responsibility structures. Okay. So this is the equipment master and functional location and MRO. So it's for bill of material. So these three parts are available for EAM. So this is divided into three UIBBs. We can say the first UIBB is equipment master, and the second one is functional location, and the third one is MRO, bill of material. And again, in this, they have divided into the several parts, right? Header information, identifying the quantity, validity data, material data, taxes, item overview, and all. Okay. So if I go further, this is all, how the change request and search criteria will look like. The search functionality, we have a standard search functionality for material and PP, how we have an MDG for the standard model. Similarly, for EAM also we have search criteria. This is the same format, how we will get a pending change request and equipment data and description. The other search criteria information will be there. You can search any object, filter, save searches, and from there drill down to the detail, and in case of wrong missing data, start immediately improve your data quality. Yeah. So this is the standard functionality. So there is no difference with the search. And control access and track changes. This is a change document functionality. This is also common, how we have a change document functionality. So let me go to NWBC. You will have a change document concept. So you will have change request and documents. So with this, you can able to see all the changes related to the master data governance. I'm just going into the display change documents. So last time. So now let me put some filter, maybe it will work out. So we are just comparing the standard solution with EAM. If there are any changes or anything different comparing with these standard solutions, maybe we can highlight and discuss that. Anyhow, yeah. So here we have a change document. Change document will give you a list of attributes. There are new and the old value, new value, old value, everything will be displayed and it will be available in the change documents. And this is also a time-based reporting. And you can see in this diagram, you have a side panel functionality. So this is a side panel functionality in SAP, like when you are creating a change request or when you are updating something. So you need to refer the data which is available maybe in other system or within the same system. So now I just wanted to check the change document data and material. So I need to do Alt tab and then check that information, and then again I have to come back and then fill it, right? So instead of that, in the same page, user wanted to see the information when they click on the side panel. So this is a button, side panel. When they click on side panel, and there itself they will have some information related to the UI, related to the field which they are looking for. So they can refer this information and create the change request. So this is the side panel functionality is also available in EAM. Yeah. So here, this is the architecture. You can see it's more or same. You have central governance data solution in middle. And in the right hand side, you will have all connected systems. And in the left hand side, you have solutions like EAM solution or EAM solution. So it is integrated to the central governance solution. Okay, first they have SAP MDG Enterprise Asset Management extension by Utopia. How they have designed it, you can see it, user role, profile, and work centers. So work centers we don't have in other standard solutions. So here we have work centers, profiles, and user roles. So roles are common between standard SAP and Utopia. So this is the process. Here you can see through Fiori. So this works through Fiori. The process is maintain, validate, approve, and activate. The same, we will maintain the change request. And the change request, once it is maintained with all the necessary information or input, and it will be validated. And once it is validated, then approval will happen, means approval will approve, and then it will be activated. The process is same. And the business rules. So when you are creating a change request, a business rule should be triggered, and the workflow is also same workflows. How we have a standard template, standard functionality is adapted, and the workflow will be triggered, and we have workflow baddies, the services, everything. The process model concept is adapted. It works the same way how the standard BP, material, and finance works. Okay, and the next one is staging and validations. The staging concept is also same. The validation, yeah. So business rules and validation. it's also same. And here you can see there are some asset related structures.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features? Bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
Work management, MRO, supply chain. So these entities are part of the asset management. Exactly. So here you can see the master data foundation. It will work based on ECC or S/4HANA. So they can install this EAM maybe on top of ECC or on top of S/4HANA. So this is flexible for both ECC or S4, right? And also a cloud functionality, on-premise or private cloud. This it will support for cloud also as like SAP product. And the target systems. The target systems, as we were saying, the target systems are SAP systems or non-SAP systems. So it may be ERP system or ECC system, or it is another EAM system or SRM system, DMS system. So document management system. It is a supplier relationship, SRM, CRM. So there are any SAP or non-SAP combination systems we will have. And how we will replicate the data. Replicate the data through ILE RFCR file. So this is also the common part. And yeah, so here also it's about system. So where whenever we required enhancements or anything is required, we need to write the ABAP implementations, and then we have to enhance the system standard functionalities, integrate services for data cleansing and matching and consolidation. The consolidation part also same, and data cleansing like DQM and validation, derivations. So that is also common, right? Alignment to SAP digital industry phase including SAP Asset Intelligent Network. So this is the industry reference libraries. So it is another system. So it's all related to asset management. There are maybe SAP systems, non-SAP systems. So it will support for all the systems and sends the data. And then apart from that, you will have multi-object hierarchies, drag and drop, workflows, parallel. So everything is common, right? Everything is same, but there are some additional structures are added by Utopia. So now if I go to the next slide, here we will have customer, supplier, material, finance, retail, right? So this is also, the retail product is by Utopia. So I think I don't need to go all the slides. I'm just skipping few. So this is a change request. Create equipment from AIN model. Our change request will look like this is the search criteria. From here, you can, when you click on plus button, it will be like create a new equipment, and based on this reference AIN model, you can create it. Like if let's say if you are creating a material, if you're creating material for finished goods, let's say material type is finished goods, you don't know the graphical picture, what kind of information you will be creating. But here in EAN, you will have a graphical information, what you are going to create. It will be displayed in the right hand side with side panel functionality. So this graphical visualization part is highlighted so that the user will identify, he has a clear picture what he is going to create through technically the graphical design. This is kind of a 3D design, I think. Yeah. it will display in the right hand side. And the change request part is also same. You will have a change request number in the description. This looks different coupled with SAP GEF version 730 MDG Enterprise Asset Management. Extensions moves behind robust linear data features. So this is a kind of track, I think. I'm not sure whether it is activated or not, but we will have some kind of a tracking mechanism also whenever there is a transport related, the equipment data transport. So they may involve the maps also, and they can use the live status, how you can track the information, the transport system and all. I'm not sure how it is useful. Yeah. And the remaining process, you will have a submit change request, review, approve, and activate. So this is common. The parallel process. Parallel process also has to create a multiple change request or a parallel change request. So whenever you create a change request, it will have two reviewers, and the change request will be split into two parts. The first part will go for one branch, and the second branch will split and get it reviewed, and then it will be merged to the initial part, and then activate will be happen. So sequential process. So parallel process, and you have a sequential process how you create a change request. A sequence process, copy functionality, review and approve, and then activate. This is object 1, and for object ends. So it means the mass functionality for copy is there. We can copy the mass records, and then we can send it for review. So once review is done, approval and activate will happen. Yeah, the technical review of the new version, here it is 9.10. So this is the latest version, it seems, 9.10. And high level architecture we have seen MDG, asset management extensions, the user-centered design, the UI design also we have seen how it looks. And you have business rules, multi-processing, etc. This is also fine. Yeah. What is SAP MDG? Asset management extension 9.1. So you have new EAM objects, object links, object networks, service master. So the object links, like when you click on the link, it will give you the more details, and the network, the graphical information and all you can see. The service master and S4HANA. This is related to the database. Increased coverage of task list, maintenance plans, items, cross-search and cross-copy task, list of objects, inheritance support. So there are some additional functionalities. If we compare with the standard functionality, here you will have more user-friendly functionalities are added, like graphical information and tracking information, and the additional links information. So and everything works on the Fury. So additional simplified Fury UIs for request, change request, creation, updation, everything through Fury here in this UIM. Enhance SAP Fury landscape roles. So there are some big difference with the landscape, Fury landscape with the roles. Roles are standard roles and the user-friendly roles, especially for this EAM. This is 7.3 extension, how they have done the extensions. You can see here, work centers, measurement point, maintenance plan and items, task list and service master. So without system access, it's very difficult to understand actually. But yeah, if we compare the older one, the standard SAP, so you will get some idea. Okay, so this is a continued enhancement feature, a linear attribute for functional location, equipment, measurement point, maintenance plan, items, right? Out of the box support a context specific user interface. So this is a context specific UI. So context-based adaptations, the UIs will support for more into functional enhancements. So we can use the context-based adaptation and we will do the UI interface changes like entity copy from search, including classification. So we'll have search copy and classification, everything is same. Enhancement to the alternative labeling. And so this is also common. Create, update, mask, change, multi-records, multiple scenarios, serial parallel processing using POL. So this is the advanced concept. We will be using POL. Yeah, so in Fury, this POL application is also there, but not there. Maybe they are not using the standard WebDyn Pro components. Maybe they are replaced with the Fury and POL applications. Yeah, this is for search. HANA-based enhancement, SAP HANA-based search, including fuzziness and duplicate check. So this is a common search criteria. When there are some duplicates, you will see the duplicate entries and the fuzzy records like the HANA Eclipse will be involved and fetches the data with the all key combinations and give you the results. Fury, landscape, tiles, UI files. So this is all common, I think. Yeah. And again here the same architecture. I'm just going ahead, and this is also the same functionality what we discussed. Create, change request, validate, approve and replicate. Yeah, here you can see where you have a blue color. These are the three SAP finance, material and BP products, and these two are asset management and retail management solutions delivered by Utopia. So if you compare, there are some common UIs and there are some different UIs between these two. So you will have work centers in asset management, but work centers you don't have in material and supplier finance. You will have equipment master, and you will have functional location, and then this is for one UI, and inside the UI you will have again a sub UIs, right? How you have in material, you will have divided into three parts here. So basic, classification, data. So under basic data and classification data, you will be covered as general data, unit of measure, classification, document link. So similarly here in the asset structures, so these three are combined: work centers, equipment master and functional location. And again you will have work management objects. So in this you will have maintenance plans, maintenance items, measuring points, task list, service master. In material, if you see here, you will have a plan data, sales data, so production version, etc. So it means this part where you have maintenance plans, items, and measuring points. So this part is called extension. So it means this is a general data. Whenever you create equipment data, so you will need to provide the general information, and here you will have some basic data. And again, this information will be extended. How you extend the plant data and the sales and distribution data and material, plant data and sales and distribution. Here you will be extending these maintenance plans and maintenance items, etc. Okay, and this is for bill of material. So in bill of material, you will need to maintain a header, identifying and quantity, validity data, material data, and material related text. And again, item information, item details, quantity, status, MRP, and purchasing related information will be maintained over here. So this looks like this. The change request, the UI part will looks like this. And similarly, you have a retail and fashion management. So here also it is divided into three parts: and descriptions, unit of measure, tax, bill of material, and characteristics, assignment, and variance. So this is the general data. So and then you will have purchase info record, purchase or vendor or site, and then logistics information, storage, distribution center listing, sales organization, and point of sales. So this is for retailer fashion. So here also we will have, like, as I said, when you are creating a change request, so you will have some side panel functionality, or the graphical help information will be provided when you create equipment or change equipment. So that additional functionality is added. So these two are bit advanced, I would say, compared to the standard SAP solutions. Here you will have a lot of additional benefits for the user perspective. So to use this solution from the user point of view, it is easy for them. Okay. And this one is integrated object asset structures. So these are the asset structures: work centers, equipment master, and functional locations. So these are related to asset and structures. Work centers, so they will have some information related to work centers. It is like a table, how we will have a MRM, another table. So for asset management also, we will have some tables. So that will be updated through the change request. So these are the additional asset structure and functional locations. Okay, let me go ahead. Yeah, validation, location enrichment. So you will have a validation and derivations. Whenever there is a change in the field, that will be highlighted with a change. So it means you will be changing it. So this is a common between SAP standard and this one. So it's a kind of a customization. You just need to do some config, then it will be highlighted whenever you do any changes. And the validation part also common. You will have check button. As soon as you click on check button, it will be displayed with the error information or warning information if there are any errors in the change request. And location enrichment, simple check and selection list. So this is check and selection list. So in the change request, you will have a list for each and every entity. So that will be enriched and it will give you the list of list of errors. So that is for selection list checks. Location integrity, refinement of linear and spatial data improves field computing. Geospatial, this is, I'm not sure. Yeah, alignment of linear and geospatial data resolves. So this is a network and distribute set data. The functionality, I'm not sure actually how you can distribute the asset. And the F4 information, when you are creating a change request, you will get the F4 information like this. Okay. So this is contents what you will have in the asset management. So object group, you will have linear asset management, work center, equipment data, functional location, object links and networks. And the work management, maintenance, plans and items, task list, measuring. So this is, we have seen in the change request, what you will be maintaining, what you will be creating in the change request. Same, you have a EAM content. Yeah, this is also same. On the right hand side, you can see the change request, change equipment, how it looks, functional locations. Everywhere you can see this side panel. Side panel will give you the more information for each and every section or every field. It will give you the detailed information so that you can create a change request without any errors. I'm just going ahead. Task list, it's a pending change request. So this is common. MRO, bill of materials. Bill of material is a complete list of components, primarily from the material master records, linked or grouped together with the quantity and unit of measure. So this is a bill of material concept. Here you will have material along with the quantity and the unit of measure data. So this is at the end of change request. Generally you will have a basic data, and then you will have a plan and item details, and then you will have a bill of material information here in this section. So you will be providing bill of material with quantity. So here you will have a quantity information, each case pack. So pallet, whatever you have, a quantity data and the unit of measure information. So everything will be provided in this bill of material section. And this is the detail information for each item. So if I select one item here, in the down side, you can see the detail information for that material or bill of material. Okay. So both materials and documents are components of this BOM. The material master record contains descriptive data such as the size, dimensions, and weight of the material. Yeah, so everything will be covered here. The size, dimension, weight, length, width, height, all the unit of measure information will be available. You have to fill everything here. Yeah. In addition to this user maintenance data, the material master record also contains data that is updated by systems such as stocks. So in addition to that, we will have a stock information. So I'm not sure where you will have stock here, item, stocks maybe here. This is the one. We will need to provide stock information data. So this looks different than the other product. Yeah. So the ECC stack and S4 stack. This is not required for us.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
So SAP EAM will support for ECC as well as S/4HANA. So on top of ECC, so they can install EAM solution and they can use it. So it is flexible for both ECC as well as HANA. So that is what they are trying to say. Okay, so this is for EAM. As I know, I don't have much experience on this knowledge. Maybe I can provide the detailed information or a few more information.
When you are attending the interview, they may ask question on AM. Means we need this one mandatory or?
It's not mandatory. It's added in our syllabus just to have the knowledge. It's not mandatory.
Okay. We no need to show this as a part of a resume, right?
No need to show. It's not mandatory. Whatever you are more comfortable, you can add it. That's all. I haven't worked so far on EAM retail. I have worked only the standard SAP modules and the custom implementations. So I haven't worked on Ethiopia. So this is a product of Ethiopia. But if you are interested, maybe you can do some research on this, get the knowledge from your circle, and you can update this in your resume.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Then what else we have for you were saying? So for customer integration, right? For customer MD. So generally when you are implementing a master data governance, so we will need to follow some steps like business functions activation. Okay. Business functions. Identify the business functions.
Okay.
Identify the business functions and identify the services. Web Pro or Fiori. So we have to identify the services and so remaining the change request. So this is common part. But for each and every master data, you will have different business functions and different BC sets. So once you activate these BC sets and business functions, and then you can use the system, like whether it is a customer, supplier, or vendor, And apart from this, you will need to add a CVA integration and BP configuration. Okay. So BP configuration, I have some links. Let me show you that.
This one is a customer, right? Is there any specific generic rules we need to implement while loading to the customer, just like material, customer, or vendor?
Yeah. So BC sets and business functions. These are the common or specific, not common. These are the specific functionality you need to install. So whenever MDG, it's a fresh system, you have to identify these BC sets and business functions related to your solution and activate them.
So who will give that? Who will give that?
SAP will provide.
Okay.
This, if you can see this site here, there is a configuration for MDG, customer and client system. So first, you will need to activate these business functions. So these are the 4 customer related business functions. You need to enable this, or you need to activate them first from the transaction code SFW5. And then you will have some SOA manager setup. In SOA manager, we will need to activate or configure something. They have given the steps how you can configure service administration related to the SOA. So BP _BS _BP search, and then go ahead. There are some work list. So this is the step, and where you need to maintain, we discussed, right? Logical system, board, partner profile, RFC destination, so everything.
This RFC will be provided by the ABAP, right?
RFC you will get it from basis team. So they will create RFC destination, etc. Yeah. And to check whether the configuration worked properly, after completing the configuration, you need to check this transaction code XT01 in the client system, whether it is working or not. And then you will have a customer vendor integration. So CVA should be created for the business partner. So this is for the both, a customer to vendor, customer to BP, and BP to customer. If you are supplier or vendor, it's a vendor to BP and BP to vendor. The both ways, both directions, you need to maintain roles, and then it will be activated. The CVA link will be activated. The integration will be happen. You have standard roles, and they have standard roles and something you have. Let me go through this. Yeah. So this is the document. I got it. You can configure the BP. Okay. These are the steps. First, you need to maintain a BP number range and grouping. Yeah. These two are important. Let me note it down here. For BP configuration, CVA integration, you will have roles and groups. So based on the roles and groups, account group system will identify which data you will be creating. So this is part of CVA integration and BP. Okay, from SPRO, we have to go with this to maintain a number ranges, business partner basic settings, and number range. So number range from and to. So if it is used in the external system, you can maintain this with the external system. If there is no external system, then no need to check this. And then you need to define grouping and assign number ranges. Whatever you have created above, you have to define a grouping and then assign the number range. So number range here, it is ZV, right? So this is for ZV. We have given this name as ZV. And this ZV, you need to assign for vendor MMBP. So that is for ZVAZ. So grouping, we have to define like this. So it's a vendor, supplier, or contact person. So for each and every business partner, you need to define a grouping, right? So this is also from SPRO. So this is a path from IMG, cross component, BP, and then settings, number range, and then assign number ranges. Define grouping and assign number ranges. And then in the second step, you will have define vendor account group and number range assignment. So create number range for vendor accounts. So this is for external. If it is required, then you can check it. Otherwise, it's optional. Then account group, vendor account group, mapping BP to vendor. So this is the path where you can map customer or vendor integration. This is a CWA integration. Business partner settings, field assignments for vendor integration. Assign keys, define number assignment for direction BP to vendor. So this you need to repeat BP to vendor and vendor to BP. In case if in your case it's a customer, so BP to customer and customer to BP. So you need to check the same numbers. So this is a grouping is done, and then you will need to have a role concept. BP role configuration, cross application components, BP, basic settings and business partner roles. You will have a standard role for general business partner and company code role FLVN00 and purchasing data FLVN01. And if you have any other custom role related to your business, then you need to add those roles. Okay. And after that, you can check this from the BP transaction, create organization. Here you will need to provide some data and based on the role. So here role and grouping. So these two are plays a major role based on the selection of role. So this grouping will be enabled, and then you can select it is a vendor, customer, supplier. So similarly, this will be applicable for MDG change request also. So here they have selected a standard role, the BP for creating a vendor, and the company code information, vendor general date. This is external. So this will come automatically once you maintain the number range, the company code data. So these are the tabs. So general data, you need to maintain general information and company code data, and relationships, a relationship between contact person and the BP, supplier to contact person, and the other location. So everything you will maintain in the relationship. Yeah. So there are some tables you can see here related to vendor, LFA1, LFB1. Yeah. So this will come automatically on some standard roles, BP role data where you can check BUT 100, BUT 000, and bank data, general data, address information.